What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off, but let's get kicking with the PlayStation side of things. I did a video on the Xbox E3, kind of my thoughts on the games that I personally enjoyed and the stuff they announced yesterday, so you can check that out on my channel. It's the last video. However, today I want to talk about PlayStation stuff. So first of all, I want to start talking about Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot because I'll have a video coming out later today, so you can watch that for yourselves. But IW and MW Remastered was announced as far as gameplay for campaign and a trailer for COD 4 Remastered or MW Remastered, however you want to call it. The next game that I really found interesting, and also I'm going to be doing the same thing for this video, by the way, it's just going to be my most interested games. I'm not going to be talking about every single game because some things I just don't know a lot of information about, and I don't want to give out wrong information or give out wrong impressions. But the next game that I found interesting was Dead Stranding by Hideo Kojima, actually featuring Norman Reedus. Now, of course, we've seen some sort of a project like this before, known as Silent Hills. However, that game got canceled, so hopefully this one doesn't get canceled, which probably won't happen since they're announcing another game. And this looks interesting. We don't know much about it from the trailer that we've seen. It's just what it was. There was no story. There was nothing. It was just kind of an announcement for the game. So I really don't have any opinions on it, although, you know, it has Norman Reedus, so I'm excited for anything that has Norman Reedus. And the next on my list is Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, I did see this last year, I believe, at E3. They premiered some sort of trailer or even gameplay of it, probably earlier alpha than what it is now. And seeing the game progress to where it is now is actually really cool, and how they showed off more of the gameplay. And here is my honest opinion of how it looks. It looks like Tomb Raider in a way, not specifically like it, but it looks like PlayStation's own version, since it is a PS4 only exclusive, Horizon Zero Dawn is, that it looks like Tomb Raider in their own version. But however, they put an interesting twist on it because they have, of course, they have the gameplay like Tomb Raider, where it's all the crafting and the styled survival weapons that you would normally see in these types of games, but the enemies are seeming to be like creatures from future things, like they're kind of robot-esque builds, I guess you can say. I don't really know how to describe them. So this game looks really, really cool. It looks like an interesting take on a survival-type crafting game, and I'm interested to see how this game turns out in the future. We are getting into a world of virtual reality, and they announced this game called Farpoint, which I was actually confused as to what I was looking at first, but honestly, what I got out of that was it looks basically like Destiny and Halo combined into a virtual reality experience from what I saw. That's honestly what it looks like from the gameplay that they showed, and that's an awesome thing, because if you want to get into virtual reality, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a main thing coming way down in the future, this is going to be amazing, just walking and feeling like you're playing a Destiny-type Halo-esque future setting while you're on different planets, and that's it. It really actually struck me. I was like, oh, that looks like Destiny. That looks like Mars from Destiny, and then I saw like the giant guy at the end. I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a Halo-esque element, and obviously Destiny and Halo were made by Bungie, so obviously, obviously, I don't think this game is obviously made by Bungie, but I'm saying that since they are kind of together, it looks like a future-esque type of virtual reality, and it's really cool, actually, because you see virtual reality now, it's like, oh, you're on the Earth, you're doing Earth stuff, but this is like way out there in Mars and stuff like that, and I've never seen anything like it. So Farpoint is an amazing virtual reality game coming in the future. Now, time warping all the way back in the past, we saw the trailer for Mafia III. Now, I'm going to get this out here and say that I've never played any of the other Mafia games. I've heard they're really good. I just haven't played them. But judging on this trailer or gameplay that we saw of Mafia III, I just think that this is unique because most games now are going into the future, as we just talked about with Farpoint, and there's nothing wrong with the games going into the future, it's just too many games are going into the future, and we don't really get to see a lot of past games, like past settings. Maybe like Battlefield 1 obviously is doing something unique this year. However, Mafia 3 obviously has that style of old gameplay, which is really cool because you don't really see a lot of it going around. So if you're really into that style versus the new futuristic stuff that's releasing, you can play Mafia 3, and overall the graphics look really good. It looks like an awesome game, so I may pick up, get into the Mafia series a little bit more, depending, and then maybe pick up Mafia 3. And the last game on this list that I really want to talk about, I think this one was the best one that I've seen out of all of these games from the PlayStation E3 event. Detroit Become Human, because they, first of all, they showed the most, I think, out of this game than any other game. They really showed what this game was about. And the thing, it's sort of like a mystery style butterfly effect game, which I'm all into, by the way. But it starts off with these androids. They're not really humans. That's why it's called Detroit Become Human. They're kind of these androids that are being made. I don't really know. It's kind of vague of how they're being made or where they even came from. But like I said, it's a mystery game combined with the butterfly effect. So obviously you have to choose clues or find specific clues, and in doing that you can change the ending of a specific part in the story or at the end of the story. And there's so many different combinations that you can find depending on the different clues you find and the different ways you choose to play the story. And that's ultimately the butterfly effect that's given off by this game. And like I said, I love these types of games, so I think this one was the best one of the PlayStation E3 event. And they had a lot of other extra games too. So that's it for my review or recap of what I thought was interesting about the PlayStation event. I will try, and actually I could leave an Xbox One in the Xbox video, but on this PlayStation video I will leave a link to the actual live stream that they did, so if you missed it you can watch it for yourselves. And obviously on their channels they have the individual trailers if you want to watch that. And later on today I'll have the Infinite Warfare and MW Remastered rant, if you will. I'll catch you later. This is NinjaGeek. I'm out. And peace.